Once upon a time, a book salesman approached a farmer who was sitting on his porch, rocking in his chair, puffing on his corncob pipe. "I've books which can help you farm more productively," said the salesman. "Ain't interested," said the farmer. "I have a book here," said the salesman, "that can show you how to farm twice as effectively as you are farming now." "I'm not interested," said the farmer. "I already know how to farm twice as effectively." Christian living can be much the same. Most of us know how to be twice the Christian we now are. We just don't do it. We know the theory. We haven't put it into practice. We know, for example, that daily prayer would deepen our spiritual life. We often omit our daily prayers. We know that gossiping damages our integrity, yet we continue to gossip. We know that charity to others would enrich our lives, but we continue to live self-centered. We don't need another book on how to be a better Christian. We already know how to become twice the Christian we now are. We know the theory, we haven't put it into practice. Christ said, "Reform your lives, the kingdom of heaven is at hand." That is the basic theme of all the preaching of Christ. Reform your lives, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The concept reform, or repent, or convert, is limited by some to the dramatic single act of a hardened sinner, moving from disbelief to faith. But conversion is a lifelong process, a call to constant growth. Many of us live in a comfortable religious rut. We have little thought of changing. We feel that any conversion was a thing of the past. Today's gospel says that our conversion is just beginning. A dramatic example of Christian theory not practiced is portrayed in Graham Greene's classic work, The Power and the Glory. This novel is about the persecution of the church in Mexico. In the story, an underground priest is sentenced to be executed by the revolutionary government. The priest, described by Graham as a whiskey priest, had been less than faithful to his calling. Many times he had the occasion to be heroic. A few times in important matters, more often in small matters. But he always took the easy way out. As he waits in his prison cell for the executioners to come, here are his final thoughts. Such a disappointment to go to God empty-handed. It would have been easy to become a saint. It would have required just a little self-restraint, a little courage. I feel like someone who has missed happiness by seconds at an appointed place, like missing a train. I know now, at the end, that there is only one thing that matters, to be a saint. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. That is not the threat of a deadline, but the assurance that God is with you now. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. It is a reminder that the grace of God is offered to you. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. is a promise that with God's grace you can be better. Most of us would like to be a better person, a better Christian. So often we regret words that we have said, the deeds that we have done. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand, means that you can be a better person. You can be a better Christian. Not by your own doing, but by the grace of God. That is today's gospel message. God's grace is offered to you to better your life. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. If only we would cooperate with God's grace, we could write our own book, our autobiography, about how we became twice the Christian we once were.